Hello everyone, welcome back to the Learners Batch. If you are preparing for Mptet Work 2 English exam and want a rock solid and step-by-step strategy to grab this opportunity, you are in the right place. In today's video, we are breaking down the entire English syllabus into clear, actionable path. We'll look at the exact type of questions asked from grammar and vocabulary to literature and pedagogy. And I'll share a complete preparation strategy to help you maximize your score. Let's move toward the exam pattern and the weightage of this exam. So in this exam, you see 100 MCQs which carries 100 marks. And there is no negative marking in this exam. This is a huge opportunity for you that there is no negative marking. But time management and accuracy are still the key. These are the most important factor for clearing this examination and grabbing this opportunity. And the syllabus is broadly categorized into 5 major pillars or 5 major units, which are reading vocabulary, functional grammar, literary devices and figures, English literature and SCRT, and English pedagogy. So these are the 5 major units which you have to study deeply. And grammar and literature, which makes 70% of this exam. In this exam, you'll find grammar plus literature. Most questions are asked from these areas. Now I'll explain in detail which areas are important and I'll break down the entire syllabus thoroughly. So let's move towards the syllabus. Now let's look at what each section demands. So first of all, grammar and vocabulary, which is the backbone of this exam. As I have explained here before, that grammar plus literature makes the 70% of this examination. इस एग्जाम में आपको ग्रामर और लिटरेचर से 70% तक मार्क्स मिल सकते हैं इफ़ यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड थॉरली. सो यू मस्ट हैव टू फोकस हैवली ऑन active and passive voice, where in active and passive voices you must have to understand the tense transformation and imperative sentences. Practice it deeply. Direct and indirect speeches, subject verb concord, and clauses identification, where noun, relative noun, adjective and adverb clauses may be asked in this examination, and determiners plus articles. And including it for vocabulary, you must have to prioritize the one word substitution, idioms and phrases, synonyms and the antonyms, and also the confusing words like homophones, homonyms and homographs, prefixes and suffixes. These are the important factors in the grammar and vocabulary which you have to understand and learn. Now let's see the another most important section of the syllabus, the literature and the literary devices. In the literature portion, you have to study some classic British writers. You have to study about William Shakespeare, his important play, The Merchant of Venice, and John Keats, some major odes like Ode to Grecian Urn, Ode to Nightingale and Ode to Autumn, and his negative capability too. Another is John Galsworthy, his The Silver Box, Charles Dickens, David Copperfield, and some essays from Francis Bacon, of studies A.G. Gardner's on umbrella morals. And you also have to study about Indian writings like R.K. Narayan, the English teacher and Malgudi days, Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali and Kabuliwala, some poets and writers like Toru Dutt, his Our Castle in a Tree, Sarojini Naidu's Indian Weavers, and Ruskin Bond. And another important part is the MPSCRT textbook. You have to study all prose chapters plus all poems, their themes, the central idea, and the characters from the stories. So this is the important part from the literature. And the another thing is the literary devices, where you must have to enhance your understanding of identification and application of literary devices. In the literary devices, there are many literary devices, but there are some specific and prescribed literary devices which you have to study in this syllabus. So the figure of speech and the poetics. In the figure of speech, you have to study simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, irony, alliteration, oxymoron, and paradox. Some poetic forms like sonnet, ode, elegy, ballad, satire, epic, and blank verse. And also keep your understanding of poetic structure, of rhyme scheme, meter, and syllable division. The another part is the English pedagogy. In the English pedagogy, You have to study about acquisition and learning, key principles and the differences of it, understanding of and improvement of LSRW, the basic language skills, and the challenges. How will you teach in the multilingual classroom? So the teaching challenges and the teaching obstacles. How will you adjust in that multilingual classroom, and the TLM and the CCE. So you have to enhance the understanding and the practical methodology of teaching. So all this have to improve under the criteria of pedagogy. Now let's move towards the winning preparation strategy to grab this opportunity to become the teacher in Mptet work 2 for English. The first step is the concept and the rule mastery. From day 1 to day 20, just master the grammar rules for narration, voices, subject verb concord, and for literature, prepare author cards. In author cards, just include about the author, their major works, the key characters, and the opening lines of, and also have a deep understanding of the themes of their major works. And the step 2 is the PYQs and SCRT. From day 21 to 35, for these 15 days, just solve past 5 years Mptet and TET exam questions, revise class 9th and 10th textbooks, their summaries, and learn about the key characters. And the third one is the daily vocab and full length. Just because, as I have told you before, that there is a 70% weightage of grammar and literature. So just practice for 15 minutes of daily idioms, one word substitution, and take time bound full length mock tests. Start with the daily quizzes and then give a full length test to boost your speed and accuracy. So this is an exam winning strategy. Nobody is going to share with you. Just follow this and the job will be yours. If you found this breakdown helpful, then hit the like button and share it with your fellow aspirants preparing for Mptet, and drop a comment below letting me know which topic you find most challenging, grammar, literature or pedagogy, so we can cover it in a next detailed session. And subscribe to the channel for more exam strategies, topic lectures and practice sets. Keep practicing, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next video.